High performers can be up to 400% more productive than their peers, but the average promotion rate at most companies is only 6%. It happens all the time that high performers get overlooked for promotion. So if you want to succeed in the corporate world, it is critical that you understand that performance is not the only thing that goes into a promotion. So in this video, we're going to talk about some key strategies to help you get further along in your career. The number one thing to understand is that doing your job just isn't enough to get promoted. You need to show that you can do the next job if you want to get promoted into it. There's a concept in the corporate world that performance gets paid and potential gets promotions. And what that means is the company hires you to do a certain job at a certain rate and expect you to do it and do it well. If you don't prove that you can do the next job, then they're going to just continue to pay you the same rate to do what it is that you're doing. So if you want to get to the next level, unfortunately, that means you're going to have to do the next job at this initial rate. So go ahead, take some work off of your boss's plate and be proactive about getting things done. If you want to get promoted, you're going to have to show that you have some leadership skills. And so a good leader aligns what the company's overall goals are, how their team contributes to that, and what they can do to contribute to the overall goals of the company. So if you can focus on taking that next step and being a good leader, that's going to be the first step to recognizing that you need to do a little bit more than just a good enough job at what you're currently doing if you want to get promoted. Now, as part of that, what you need to understand is that all corporations and organizations are political entities. You are set into a level at a certain role, and if you are going to demand a higher salary for a promotion to get to the next level, the first thing that's going to happen is that everyone else within your role is going to go to their boss and ask why they didn't get a promotion. So if it's something that you're pushing for to get to the next level, you need to prove to the entire organization and your peers that you are clearly above everyone else in your level, so that once you get promoted, there isn't an army of people in your position that you just came from demanding to their boss that they also deserve a promotion, because it's just going to be really expensive for the company. And so if you want to get to that next level, you really need to differentiate yourself from the crowd. And so along those lines, one of the reasons why you're not getting promoted is just because you're not playing the political game. Now, politics is everything, but it doesn't mean that you have to be fake. You need to simply understand that these organizations are political, and that's any organization. Think about your family too. So if you were a kid and you wanted to get your family to go to McDonald's to go for lunch, you needed to know whether it was mom or dad that was going to make that decision. You would go to maybe your mom and ask, hey, can we go to McDonald's for lunch? Because she's the one that's going to have ultimate control. So unfortunately, we are social creatures. There's no advancing beyond that, whether it's at the level of the family, the classroom, or your company. People are inherently political, and you just need to recognize and accept that as a fact of life. As part of that, when you're going for a promotion, what you're going to need at the company is a wide range of allies. You're going to need some alliances and people to go to bat for you when it's time for promotion, so that they can help influence the people that are actually making the decision. A lot of people misinterpret this as an opportunity to suck up and be the corporate do-goody that nobody likes. That is not what I'm recommending that you do over here. What I recommend doing is actually being genuine to understand how you can help achieve goals in the company. So when you're at a company, you need to understand who are the key decision makers and how do those decisions be made. And by showing the ability to buy into that process and understand how decisions are going to be made, you can start to build alliances with the people that are making those decisions. Again, do not kiss up to those people, but genuinely reach out and try to get to know them and build alliances with the people that you like. So whether that's at your level, more senior levels, you just need to be talking to everybody and show your face to understand that, hey, I'm here to contribute to the organization. What do I need to do to help? And be somebody that can help get those things done. I have some peers at my company who I should theoretically be competing with for the next promotional role, but I genuinely like those people, and they work within other parts of the company that I work for, and I'm genuinely interested in what it is that they're doing and how they get work done. So what I do is every few months, I'll just put on the calendar a 30-minute catch-up call. And the way that those calls work is the first 15 minutes or so, we just catch up on what we've been doing for work. And the other 15 minutes is getting to understand what's going on in their life personally. I don't think that it's kissing up at all. I think it's genuinely reaching out to network and meet people within the group and just try to understand how it is that everything works. And maybe it's a personality strength of mine, but I tend to take the approach of trusting and liking people and genuinely trying to get to know them. And by putting that work in up front and working on those relationships, there's a secondary political benefit of that should be able to pay dividends down the road when it comes time for promotion, to have other people go to bat for you when you want to get a significant raise at the company. Another reason why you might not be getting a promotion is that you're not working on high value projects for the company. What is a high value project? It's something that contributes to the company's quantifiable goals. Every company at the end of the year sets an overall goal for a financial metric that they're trying to hit, or some other quantifiable metric that they're trying to hit. Within that overall goal, each department or company is split into individual goals to help contribute to that. And then the people within each of those teams all work to contribute to their portion of the goal. The idea is that by mobilizing each department, putting everything together will help the overall organization achieve what their goals are. So what you need to do is understand what the company's goals are and how your team fits into that goal. If you are assigned a project that does not contribute towards that goal, you need to figure out how to delegate it to somebody else as soon as possible so that you can focus on contributing to the stuff that matters towards achieving your overall goals. At the end of the year, when it comes time for the promotion cycle, you want to be able to point to all of the individual projects that you worked on that quantifiably brought the company closer to what it was trying to achieve. The stuff that nobody wants to do, that has to get done, that does not march the company towards its goal, is gonna be forgotten, and people don't care how often that you went to go print or make copies for your manager. It's just something that's gonna get forgotten. And so you want to be able to point anything towards you can that'll get you closer to your quantifiable goals. Now, the way that you can work on those high value projects is, number one, communicate with your manager. You want to be the type of person that is proactive and trying to help row in the right direction. And so you need to open up your mouth and have conversations with your manager that you're trying to do more high value work for the company. The second thing that you can do is prove to your manager that you can handle roles and tasks without much guidance. Your manager does not want to manage you. He or she have their own jobs that they need to take care of. So to the extent that you can take some work off of their plate for them, what you're doing is building value and making yourself valuable so that when it comes time for a promotion, you have more leverage, that you deserve more pay, or else you can look to see what other opportunities are out there. And by having that leverage, then that's a way that your manager can go to bat for you. Another reason why you might not be getting promoted is that your communication skills are poor. Now, the more senior that you get, the more that you'll realize how important your communication skills are for the overall skill set that you're building for your business. You have to understand that senior executives are busy. They have a million different things going on, and they don't have time to waste by talking about the minutia of how they got to a recommendation. When you're presenting to people more senior than you, you want to start off by communicating what your recommendation is and what the output is, rather than starting with the process of how you ultimately got there. So give these senior executives, or give the senior people on the team, what your recommendations is, and let them ask questions so that you can drill down into how it is that you got there. One way to help with your communication skills is to make sure that you have a real deep understanding of what it is that you're working on. And the best way to do that is to teach it to somebody else. So whenever you're working on a project, try to teach what it is that you're doing to somebody that's more junior than you. From a tactical perspective, I think that some people might get nervous to say, well, I'm making myself less valuable if I'm teaching other people how to do what it is that I'm doing. But what you're actually doing by doing that is, number one, proving to yourself that you truly understand it enough to teach to somebody. So if you can teach it to the junior people on the team, then you definitely can present it to someone that's going to be more senior than you. And number two, the more that you can teach to the junior members on your team, the more work that you're going to be able to delegate so that you can focus on the strategy and actually working on high value tasks that'll help get you promoted. when it comes to having the conversations about promotions with your manager, you need to have open and honest conversations with them at least 1 year in advance. So start to present the idea that you're looking to work for a promotion within the next year and frame it up as a question for, hey, from your perspective, what is it that I need to do and accomplish so that I can get to the next level? That'll give you some time to be more proactive and work collaboratively with your manager instead of just coming in and demanding a raise, because it's not the right type of partnership that you want to set if you want someone to go and bat for you. So by presenting the option at least a year in advance, you'll have monthly check-ins, or you should work on having monthly check-ins to see how it is that you're progressing towards that, so that at the end of the day, when it's time to have that meeting for promotions, then you should have been working to check the boxes that you need to, that your boss thinks that you need to do, so that they can go to bat for you when it's time for a promotion. And the last thing that you need to recognize about yourself is that you are a personal brand, and your reputation is everything in the corporate world. So defend that with your life and prove that you're the type of person that can get things done when the going gets tough. Every interaction that you're gonna have with people at the company is either going to prove that you're somebody that can handle higher value work, or prove that you're somebody that can't. And so you want to get as many of those wins as possible so that there's never a doubt that you're the type of person to get things done. And as you focus on building those wins and branding yourself, what you're gonna notice is that it's all gonna snowball together over the course of 1, 2, or 3 years. And that snowball of goodwill for you is going to be so valuable. You'll be the type of person that gets promoted several times over and doesn't have to be the one that's frustrated and asking, why am I doing such a good job? Why can't I get compensated for it?